Hello my dear friends. Today I am just hopping on to teach a short tutorial for Pigeon Pose. Pigeon Pose is so incredible for your hips, but a lot of people can find that it's a little bit uncomfortable. So I want to give you permission to really find what works for your body. With Pigeon, you can get into it a number of ways, maybe from a plank, a tabletop, or even a downward facing dog. I'll show you one today and you can probably guess the others. So from our downward facing dog, you're gonna plant your hands a little bit further ahead than your shoulders and then scrunch your fingers towards your hands. Find those spider fingers. Curl your back toes under, lift your hips high. It's okay if your heels don't touch the earth. And then bring your toes to touch. Big breath in, look forward towards your hands, and then begin to send your left knee to the back of your left wrist. Set your shin down at any angle. Now there's a little bit of a myth here that says that your shin has to be parallel with the short edge of your mat, but I just want you to take a peek and notice that if my shin is parallel with the short edge of the mat, my knee is never gonna make it to the earth. My hips just are not shaped like that. So give yourself permission to pull your heel a little closer towards your groin. Your shin can be at any angle. Take a moment to rise up on your fingers. You might even have a block beneath you. You're gonna bring a stretch into the front of your right hip. If this feels intense enough, you might just pause here and breathe into the front of your right hip. Or you might curl your back toes under to lift your knee. Take a big breath in. And then as you feel ready, slowly start to soften and lean forward. If you rush into this place, your body doesn't have the time to catch up with your brain. So you want to move slowly. It might even feel really good for you to find a little bit of a sway in your hips. Our target area is actually our outer left hip. So if you do not feel anything here, or it's just really uncomfortable for you, give yourself permission to experiment by rolling your left hip all the way onto the earth and then bending into your right knee for deer pose. If pigeon works better for you, then stay in your pigeon. You have the opportunity to place support beneath your hip or maybe beneath your chest, whatever works best for you. If you have a bolster at home, that can be one amazing way to rest in this restorative pose. And then slowly start to lower until you find your edge, and then take a step back from your edge. So the point of this pose is not to stretch into discomfort or a really intense sensation. You actually want to find your edge and then again take that step back so that your muscles can really truly soften into your pose. When your muscles are gripping, it's a way of your body telling you that it's trying to protect your joints. So you want to find just enough of a stretch where your muscles can completely relax and soften. That way you'll be stretching the deeper connective tissues rather than just the superficial fascia. Pigeon is also incredible because what you're doing is you're actually cutting off some of the blood flow to your left leg and hip. And what that does is when you reintroduce blood flow or extend your leg back out, you're bringing all of this new fresh blood and hyaluronic acid into your hip joint. Now that hyaluronic acid brings more moisture into your joint and increases the longevity because our hips actually start to dry out as we age. I know, life, but you can absolutely combat that. So finding a stretch such as pigeon is so incredible for your joints. So I hope that helps today. You can come out of this by rising up on your palms. You might roll onto one hip and just swing your legs in front of your body, or if you're doing the other side, then go back into your downward facing dog or table. So reach out if you have any questions after that little tutorial, and I hope that helps. Sending love.